Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be bringing the first video in a series of instructional Fortnite videos. I've been requested to do this a lot of times on stream, but basically people just want to hear my thoughts on how to best manage solo squads and kind of just situations in general where you are down player count and you need to deal with multiple opponents at one time. If you guys do enjoy this series, feel free to leave a like and let me know in the comments down below what kind of pointers you'd want me to look at next, because I'm definitely kind of a little bit new to the video market, and I want to know what you guys think. Most of my content is live stream, so if there's a certain thing or commentary you want me to cover, let me know in the comments down below. Now, getting into the first clip, how I manage this situation is, I first of all, I can see that there's a full team in the divot. So your first goal when you see a full squad is to try and get one down. I find that even if it's a 1v4, the other team often will panic if they get it down. You'll often get one, sometimes even two of the guys just completely dedicated to getting that res up. So if you can get that early down with your AR at range, that is a very good thing. So right here in this situation, two of the guys were kind of straggling in the divot. One of the guys was sticking on the res, and then I ended up getting in a build fight with one of the guys. But as you can see here, one of them was super late to the party. Like, only one of them actually took the build fight right away. When you only have one target at a time, that's only good for you. So I was actually able to box him, outbuild him, and then get another down here. Now, these guys were straight savages. They were constantly reviving. They did not want to leave anybody down. Like, I was trying to get shots into that guy. If I am in a 1v4 and I'm not pressured in the moment, I will try to finish the down, so that way they're not removed. They're just removed from the fight, right? So I finished that guy. But that shark guy, despite being shot 3 times, actually did manage to get grabbed. So again, there is probably one or two. I think there's probably one person down and one person up right now. And then one person attacking. So again, I want to get that finish. I'm getting noob tubed, which is brutal in this new meta. Basically, explodes are insane. So my first reaction is get the hell down. I don't want to die from fall damage. And then my response is, why the heck is that not the rest of the squad? But this shark dude managed to get the rev off. So basically now we're in a 1v1. I know that the fight is pretty much won. And I know this guy is low health, so should only take a few SMG tags. But he was a good builder, and he did manage to gain some height on me. We managed to clutch out as soon as he turtled. This guy loved to turtle. So that was a pretty easy GG
Let's
first
go,
fight.
baby.
Now, the next scenario I wanted to get into is landing. And oftentimes landing can be really sketchy in solo squads. A lot of it does depend on you landing and finding a good gun for the situation. But you also can kind of give yourself an advantage. And my personal advice is when you're in a building and you're taking building fights, you want to be trying to maintain on the outskirts of the building and just kind of keeping the enemy all clustered together. The moment that you get caught between two team members, especially within the SMG explosive meta, you're pretty much screwed. You're pretty much donezo. So right to here, I like to maintain kind of the outside, staying up on these balconies when I'm landing in Paradise Palms. And at this moment, I do hear somebody coming in underneath me. So oftentimes, again, I'll try to use verticality to my strength. It's very easy to do on a location like this. Now, unfortunately, I was using the shotgun, which did not help me out very much, but I managed to get a little flank in on the guy, get some good hits, and he started throwing C4. So my response then, get the heck away. C4 is insane. I also heard a drop sound here, so I knew that he took fall damage. So I decided to try and chase hard, and this was a mistake. So I went right in here, and then all of a sudden, I'm at the exact same level as him, and I take a bunch of damage because we're in a shotgun fight, and my close quarters aim is doo-doo, man. So I've taken a huge tag, and I try to back up, but then I hear him chopping a tree outside. So once you kind of hear a guy chopping a tree outside, I know he's taking a lot of damage, and I've taken a lot of damage. But now this is kind of information that tells me that this dude has no mats. So you kind of want to push that situation as hard as possible. Then I started coming back inside, and I heard another set of footprints. So again, my response is to get back up as high as possible and to control the lane. So right here, I killed this stairwell because I know I got time to do so. And I know what that will force them to do is either to build up to me, which is going to be a very, very obvious sign. You'll hear building. You'll be able to immediately tell the direction it is. Or they'll have to take that one stairwell, kind of like outdoor ladder thing that I built on the outside to get up to me. But he was going up the main stairwell, and I heard him. Again, I had to deal with the weak tactical shotgun situation here. While also being really, really low health. I got 15 health, so I'm trying to minimize my exposure as much as possible. This is the only guy here right now, and I bag him for the 87 headshot from like 2 blocks away, which it just hurts. I know he's coming down here, and so basically I'm just following him down for the kill. And then I immediately heard another dude coming around the corner. Get the drop. I hear another guy outside here, so I try to finish as quick as possible, and then regain the height here. Go for a little bit of a heal first. But my overall goal right now is to get height. The moment that you hear footprints, even though I could pop that med kit, I'm not going to do that, right? Because I know that that's going to take me 8 seconds to do. And at the end of the day, believe it or not, positioning is a lot more important than one med kit, right? Like, even if I take that med kit, I can still die to 1 shotgun shot. So my response, get height, reduce the angle, then maybe go for a little bit of a heal, which I believe I get off here. Although it was getting pretty close. The guys did start to push pretty hard here. So, again, another thing in this game, for those who don't know, I think a lot of you guys do, the right side peek is insanely strong. So, if you can funnel everybody into a right side peek, you're going to have an easier time playing solo squads. So, I was able to kind of get a little bit of a right side peek, although I had a pretty bad initial shotgun shot. I did hear the guy kind of creeping around underneath me. He tries to back up that ramp and then kind of turtles back in. So just to make sure that he doesn't get the rev off, pop a little trap. And then I think I set up another one to block the ladder. And that will force him basically to build something else to get up to my level of height. I don't believe he actually does that, though. I think I heard him coming back down in the tower. And I believe in a second here, yeah, I spot him on the stairs. So I drop a trap on the stairs. I got the trap kill there, but I like to do that because it makes people panic. People start freaking out the moment they hear a trap being placed right on them. Another situation here is watching bubble. So basically I've heard shots to my north, kind of deep out of bubble coming in. You always want to use bubble to your advantage, especially if you're going for high kill games in solo squads. Because people, again, you want to force panic on people. People have a tendency to freak out in Battle Royale games. I think it's just because it's like one life type of situation. And the storm is another thing that can add to that. So you want to take advantage of that as much as possible. Get to these storm endings and force a challenge. Basically, that makes them move with the storm at their back. That dude, I have no idea. That guy was a straight bot. But again, I heard a guy flying in. Rather than back up and let this dude fly in when I hear the parachute coming, you're way better off taking the position and boom, roasted. GG, easy, man. Like, that guy didn't even seem like a bad player, but because we took the position, we were set. Now, in this situation, I just heard this fight finishing. I could still even hear the shots as I was rolling over. When I hear a fight happening, I love to push in solo squads because that means that somebody is lit. You know, there's people usually don't come out of fights alive. Now, I was trying to take that guy down with C4, but I heard his buddy taking some pops at me. So I figured, you know what? He's down on the ground. Let's see if we can get that down. And there it is. So, again, that goes back to my original point where if you can get the down, it makes people panic, right? It really forces the pressure on them. They start making bad decisions. This guy, as soon as I get the down on his buddy, instead of playing aggressively, he just starts turtling and building pyramids like an absolute maniac. Which, honestly, it delays their death sometimes, but it usually is pretty easy to play if a guy is just turtling incessantly. Now, going into the final bubble. This is all still the same game, by the way. But usually, people are up on this high ground. If that's the main point, you're probably going to want to move up there and take it. And I guessed right, and the entire team was up here. Now, 2 of them were directly on me. 1 was over on the house. So I played the numbers game and backed up to take the guy in the house. Again, that's just kind of how you want to play it. You want to reduce your solo squad engagement to numbers. You want to minimize how many people you're exposed to at one time. So right here, I'm just popping out cover, blocking the direction from 2 players, and trying to minimize my target down to 1. So that way, when I'm in a straight gunfight off my ramp, I only actually have to engage with 1 person at a time. It's all about reducing how many people you're engaged with. So right here, again, I only actually had to shoot at that one guy. I'm not exposed to the other 2 members of the team. I took a lot of fall damage on that one. Thank you very much, Flowed Meta. But now my overall goal is just to gain that height again. And here we go. We have another situation where I'm actually only engaging one person at a time. It's kind of my overarching point with this commentary. You always want to reduce your engagements down to one person at a time. It just makes it easy on you, man. If you're taking one person in the angle at a time in solo squads, you're technically only doing a 1v1 fight, and plus the person you're shooting at is going to have that overconfidence that kind of comes with squad play because they're like, hey, my buddies are right next to me. They're literally 10 feet to my left, so I am invincible because if this guy shoots at me, my teammates can shoot at him too. But that's not actually the case because if you've properly set up your lane, the teammates won't actually have a shot at you. I mean, they can spam your walls down, which is pretty difficult to contend with. But at the end of the day, you're still taking a 1v1 gunfight. And that's your overall goal in solo squads, is to try and reduce every single engagement down to that 1v1 gunfight as often as possible. Now, right here, I was going to go chase this dude. And then I was like, you know what? Nah, bruh. I got that bubble. And he had to push back on me. And it was a pretty easy one-tap GG, baby. Although it took a second here. He comes kind of straddling over. I was like, you know what? I'm going to pop some tubes to threaten him. And then cap that one tap.
Boom.
Easy, baby.
Let's go.